Hello, this is Eugene Charron with my final presentation for CGS 3095, Technology in the Global Arena. This presentation will discuss the social, legal, and economic issues within virtual worlds and the ways that governments and companies combat these issues. By virtual worlds, I mean MMO or MMORPG, which stands for Massively Multiplayer Online Role-Playing Game. Millions of people play MMOs such as World of Warcraft by Blizzard Entertainment, where players can create an avatar to explore a world known as Azeroth and defeat various foes. This video presentation will show that actions in virtual worlds can have real-world consequences for the people that play them and create them. Section 1. Social Ethics in Virtual Worlds. MMOs, such as World of Warcraft, are infamous for their addictive gameplay. The game is based around killing monsters and completing quests in order to gain experience points. Experience points allow your character to increase in level, improving their strength and gaining access to new game content. However, reaching the maximum level in WoW can take hundreds of hours. By the time players have sunk in 50 to 100 hours into the game, they feel obligated to keep playing until they reach max level. This is one form of a psychological phenomenon known as the sunken cost fallacy. Players have already sunken so much time into the game and so would feel like a failure if they didn't hit max level. Concordia University professor Rebecca Bernstein makes a great point on the addictive nature of MMOs. She stated, quote, "In some games, such as World of Warcraft, expectations for game success can mirror the sorts of social expectations found in real life," unquote. Blizzard finally acted to mitigate addictive behavior for their game, at least for children. Blizzard has implemented playtime reports that tell parents how much WoW their child plays every week. The reports show when the child played and for how long. This should help parents regulate their child's playtime and reduce the chance that their child could abuse the game. Gaming addiction is not just a social issue in the US. As recent studies from the UK have shown, video game addiction and its consequences are an international problem. In fact, this next case shows that game addiction can have serious negative consequences on interpersonal relationships. The website divorceonline.co.uk is a UK-based site that specializes in divorce cases. The site recently published a shocking statement saying that, quote, "It has received 200 divorce petitions since January 1st, 2018, where addiction to Fortnite and other online games has been cited as one of the reasons for divorce," unquote. Fortnite is another game which has rocketed in popularity in the last few years. The game can also be very addicting and is clearly having a negative impact on some of those who are addicted. As can be seen from cases like these, game addiction is a social issue for the entire modern world. Section 2. Legal Issues in Virtual Worlds. There have been thousands of legal battles and controversies surrounding video games in recent decades. However, one of the most controversial topics in gaming is regarding microtransactions, specifically loot boxes. Loot boxes are virtual crates which can contain a randomized set of in-game cosmetics or power-ups. Players can purchase these boxes with real-world cash. The random nature of loot boxes have caused some to liken the boxes to gambling. In fact, Belgium has recently classified loot boxes as a form of gambling. Now, the US is also looking to act on the predatory nature of loot boxes. A new bill seeks to ban loot boxes in the US to protect children from predatory game mechanics. As McKenna Kelly of The Verge has stated, quote, "Regulators would determine whether a game is targeted at minors by considering similar indicators that they already use under the Children's Online Privacy Protection Act," unquote. Loot boxes can prey on children who do not yet understand the value of money and want to spend a lot of money on a small chance to get their favorite virtual item. While major game companies continue to face blowback internationally for loot boxes, they also face international cybercrime. For example, in 2010, a Romanian hacker by the name of Calin Mateus committed a cyber attack on World of Warcraft servers. The BBC even did a recent report on the case, stating, quote, "The Romanian citizen who had been extradited to Los Angeles to face the charges pleaded guilty in February to one count of causing damage to a protected computer," unquote. The hacker committed a DDoS attack where he dealt permanent damage to Blizzard game servers. This not only nullified game service for certain players, but cost Blizzard tens of thousands of dollars in server damage. Callan Mateus was jailed for a year in the US. In another case of legal action related to virtual worlds, a 19-year-old was jailed for 6 years due to death threats. Josh Pillault was arguing with another player on RuneScape, another online game, when he threatened to commit a mass shooting at his high school. Despite these threats being made in a video game, Pillault was sentenced to 6 years in prison for the statements. Crimes committed in virtual worlds, even internationally, can have real-world ramifications. Section 4. Economic issues in virtual worlds. MMO economies are a fascinating subject and are actually studied by many universities since they can mirror real-world economies. WoW has been studied for decades as its economy is based off of a currency known as gold. Players earn gold by killing monsters and completing quests. In addition, there is an auction house where players can list their in-game items to be sold to other players. Bartering, selling, and buying at the best price is its own miniature game within Warcraft. Teens can even learn about topics like buying low, selling high through practicing on the auction house. Of course, though, there are some people who find ways to cheat the system and abuse the WoW economy. One infamous form of cheating that many partake in is known as gold farming. Gold farming is the act of accumulating large amounts of gold and then selling it to other players for real-world money. This is an especially big problem in low-income countries like China, where gold farmers can expect to make up to $15 an hour selling gold to American players. This wage is quite competitive in some parts of China, which incentivizes gold farmers greatly. Daniel Friedman of Polygon stated, quote, "Gold sellers would steal players' account information using keylogging malware and phishing scams, so they could strip characters and harvest everything of value," unquote. The issue with this type of gold trading is that it rapidly inflates the Warcraft economy and puts some player accounts at risk. When players can exchange real dollars for gold, the value of gold goes down because more gold is circulating in the economy. Blizzard's solution for the major issue has been to implement something called a game token. Since World of Warcraft is a subscription-based game, players must pay $15 a month to keep their account active. Blizzard decided to add game tokens to the game, which are a 1-month subscription token that can be purchased with in-game gold. Now players can choose to buy game tokens from Blizzard and sell them to other players for in-game gold, effectively making Blizzard themselves a gold seller. No longer do players need to go to shady third-party websites to buy gold and risk being scammed or risk being banned by Blizzard for illegally purchasing gold. Risk being scammed or risk being banned by Blizzard for illegally purchasing gold. Conclusion. In conclusion, I hope this video showed how social, legal, and economic issues in virtual worlds can have real consequences on the people that play and make them. Gaming is still an amazing way to escape from a stressful day and just relax. When games play a healthy role in someone's life, they can even be beneficial. There are many issues that affect virtual worlds even internationally, but the net positives outweigh the negatives. Here are the references used in this presentation, and thank you for watching.